You know, with the big weight loss craze, everybody's anti-carbs these days. Don't want to eat carbs, so worried about it. But back in the 60s, when they were cramming big old motors in these things, people were craving carbs. They couldn't get enough carbs. Not to eat, but just to sit on top of the motor. (1968) was another milestone year for the Corvette. Another radical body change brought into being the Mako shark body style, also known as the Stingray. While the body style changed, Chevrolet was still offering both the small block and big block engines in various stages of tune. This particular 68 convertible, owned by the Glenn Smith Automotive Group, rolled off the assembly line with one of the top performing big blocks.
It's a 68, which was the first year of the Mako shark and the Stingray body style. But it's what's rare about it is a 427, 435 horse, which that has 3 two-barrels on it, but which is rare. But on top of that, it has the aluminum head option, which is a L89 is what it's called. There were between 200 and 300 of those built in 68. In 67, they only built like 16 with the L89 engine, so you can kind of see how rare that car was.
Unlike a lot of high horsepower Corvettes, the purchaser of this car checked off several luxury options on the order sheet.
It's a convertible, has the hardtop with it, has telescoping wheel, and like I said, just all those components with the first model year of the Stingray body, you know, all that put together just makes it a really rare and desirable car.
Due to problems tuning the tri-power setup, a lot of owners opted to remove and replace it with something a little more forgiving.
In the 80s, I can remember a friend of mine had a 3-deuce setup that I could have bought for $100 because somebody had taken it off of a Corvette because they gave a lot of problems and they couldn't get them to run right. So they said, well, I'm not going to mess with this. I'm going to put a single 4-barrel on it and get me a Holley carburetor. I'll be good to go.
The price of second-generation Corvettes has soared in recent years, and now that's having an impact on these cars.
We bought this car out in Barrett-Jackson 4 or 5 years ago. This car is probably really on the rise as far as value goes. Back then we paid like $40,000 for the car.
He's right on the price. Similar cars like Roger's have sold for as high as $92,000 at Barrett-Jackson over the last couple of years.